intact. Todd Blanche pretending to make massive changes, but in reality, duping Republican senators to win their support for his nomination, or are we really clear?
Also breaking this evening, Jeanine Pirro spotted at the White House just hours after the president said the D.C. U.S. attorney, quote, choked when she dropped that controversial Section 4 case.
And later, Democrats say Donald Trump is engaging in a, quote, insider information scheme, this social media company, now selling early access to his True Social post for as much as $100,000 a month. Oh, here we go. Let's do that. But we begin, folks, with that breaking news on Donald Trump defending the so-called slush fund that's looming over Todd Blanche's messy confirmation battle. Short time ago, Trump called the payout scheme for insurrectionists, quote, very fair and very popular. Just last night, Blanche formally killed the fund in writing, but okay, here we go. This is just a desperate stunt to save his nomination for Attorney General. We've been saying it. MS Now asked Trump about Blanche's new move today in the Oval Office.
Did you sign off on Todd Blanche?
I didn't look at it. All I know is that Todd Blanche is great. I understand there's been a sign-off, but I don't know what they agreed. I think Todd Blanche agreed to reconfirm things that he's already said.
Shout out to our colleague Jake Triller getting answers to the questions. Even though Blanche has written that he has rescinded the fund, there are loopholes the Trump Justice Department can still exploit. And Blanche failed to rule out creating a similar fund in the future. So what's it all for? Also, Trump's tax immunity deal is still intact. Blanche offered a clarification last night, standing by the deal that protects Trump and his eldest sons from IRS audits of their past tax returns.
You know what? This is all a performance. Todd Blanche is faking real action just to get confirmed, and Republican senators Thom Tillis and John Cornyn are willing just to go along with that performance. They're giving a little one of their own, actually. Both say that they'll now support Blanche teeing up a Senate Judiciary Committee vote on his nomination tomorrow morning. Tillis and Cornyn held up the confirmation process over concerns about the slush fund and IRS agreement. Yet the so-called deal with Blanche falls short of their demands. Don't take my word for it. Senator Cory Booker puts it like this. Blanche knows that this document is unenforceable and isn't even worth the paper it's printed on. It means nothing. Trump didn't even sign it, and he's not bound by it. Facts. Tonight, Brendan Ballou and Angela Corson are with us, but first, it's crazy.
That last part, I think, is critically important because we've been saying it at this table from the very beginning of this damn conversation. And that is, this thing is a two-party agreement from that initial document that was produced at two parties. Because remember, who was the lawyer the DOJ negotiating for? And who was the DOJ negotiating with? Donald Trump. So Donald Trump has to be a signatory to whatever is agreed on, and he's not. So folks, y'all getting rooked out there if you believe that Donald Trump, A, is not going to reimagine the slush fund and it will come back, and B, is going to be immune from any prosecution from all the criminal activity that he's doing right now in front of us. So that's all. I just don't even understand.
We're working to get this sound from Senator Tillis because our colleague Michael Chanel just spoke to him actually on Capitol Hill. So we'll get the sound turned for you, but I'm just going to read from the verbatim because Tillis said he believes the Trump administration will abide by the terms, and if Trump reneges, quote, he'd have to explain how breaking what I think is a very clear commitment squares with being honest and being the president of the United States, end quote, because the president cares about being honest.
Like, in what world
This president, he cares.
In what world will it matter? At that point, Todd Blanche will probably be confirmed. At that point, the world would have moved on. At that point, Donald Trump got what he really wanted, which is the immunity for him and his sons retroactively. So what does it matter if you let the vote go through?
Good evening, this is Elder G. You see what I'm talking about? I don't care what. That prejudiced white man, he have no integrity, he have no respect, he have no honor. They'll eat their own children. They'll let men have sex with their wives while they watch. These men are savages. These men are rapists. They are liars. They are thieves. They are unprincipled. They even use God and Jesus for a cover. You can't get no evil than that. What is a law gonna do with Donald Trump when Donald Trump don't obey no law? What is a law gonna mean to Mike Johnson as Speaker of the House when Mike Johnson don't care nothing about nothing but being a prejudiced white man? And John Thune, 500 years they don't pull this crap. 500 years are a bunch of bull. No more. Some people is going to go for that bull. A lot of people always went for that bull. But my eyes is wide open. I know what's truth, and I know what's phony. I know what's godly, and I know what's ungodly. And Todd Blanche, this is what the Constitution says, that no man, woman, or child is above the law. And you're going to put Todd Blanche as the Attorney General, the chief law enforcement officer, that's telling Donald Trump and his sons and his rich friends that the IRS can't even audit them. The Attorney General is giving them permission to rob us blind. I ain't going for it. I don't believe in violence. I'm not a man of violence. But I'm not ignorant either. I'm not going to die and sell my soul to the devil because I'm going to pretend like I'm ignorant. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die with my head up. I have never seen such hate and such weak, prejudiced white people. The only thing that you represent right now is what a liar you are and how no good you are and what a fake and a phony and a fraud you are. And when the blood runs in the street, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know what I was doing. 500 years? From slavery to massacre to taking people's land, hanging people on trees, raping black women. You are the worst of the worst. You are the worst of the worst. And everybody that follows you, everybody that follows you is the worst of the worst. If I got to go out, I got to go out standing up for righteousness and standing up for justice and standing up for freedom and standing up for respect. That president white man, all he want to do is boom over. That's all he good for.